So I got out of the car and I grabbed like a seed head and I brought it home and saved it, and I grew the marigolds. So these are McDonald's marigolds.
I wanted to show you guys real quick my new shelves that we made for the grow light setup. We're installing 4 10-foot shelves that it's going to extend like wall to wall in my dining room. Now here I'm torching the wood because I really love the grain contrast. I added a bit of stain over the torch look, and I think it really pulled it together nicely. For ease of wiping it all down, I put a coat of polyurethane on it, just one coat, but you know, plant starts can be messy, plus you know, I like the look of it. So next we attached the shop light to the underside of the shelf before we mounted it, and Paul was having a hard time finding a stud, but he ended up finding one okay. My son helped him lift the shelf into place and secure it to the wooden brackets that we made. So here's the result of the shelving that we put in. I'll just back up for you. This whole wall used to be just like different shelving units and stuff like that, and it was kind of messy, and there was a big old hutch that was there. And I just found I didn't have enough room for my plants. I also make soap, so this bottom shelf here is dedicated to all my soap making supplies. In my other video, I'll start over here, I started some pepper seeds, and I was showing you how I like to do my labels. Just a very detailed label because I'm very forgetful. So these lights here are shop lights, and they are, let's see, I believe it's 2100 lumens, sorry, and 5000 Kelvin. So there's 2 bulbs, so you just multiply them by 2, so that's 4200 lumens and 10,000 Kelvin. So I'm hoping that's enough. Any of you gardeners out there know for sure. That's what I've read, that anything above, I think, 5,000 kelvins and 2100 lumens is what we want to go for. I planted some more pepper seeds as well, like after that video. As you can see, I have a lot of jalapeno. We go through a lot of hot peppers here. Here's some hollyhocks that I got. These are black hollyhocks. And I don't think they're going to produce any flowers this year, but they should stay alive in the ground and come back next year. Also, I have some giant black pansies from Baker Creek, so I'm excited about those. When I was a kid, we had a lot of pansies around. I grew up in British Columbia, and they were just big and beautiful over there. Now, the Jimmy Nardello plant has an interesting history. According to Baker Creek website, an Italian couple in the village of Rauti, Italy, grew this pepper every year in their garden. And in 1887, they set sail for America with their 1-year-old daughter, Anna. They settled in the small town of Naugatuck, Connecticut, and grew the same pepper and named it after their 4-year-old son, Jimmy. This here is a long, thin-skinned pepper. It's good for frying. It has a very rich flavor, sweet. Apparently it's good for drying and used as a spice. The reviews have said that it's very prolific. They recommend starting this variety 8 to 12 weeks before last frost. Some dishes you can use this in is roasted pepper salad, ricotta toast with butter, fried pepper, Nardello pepper with burrata, and of course use them in soups and stir fries. And moving along to the red Marconi Italian peppers. These peppers here I started from seeds that I gathered from my garden last year. So we'll see if they turn out true to form, since cross-pollination could be an issue. I did grow them beside other peppers, so we'll see. This is an Italian heirloom. They grow long, wide peppers with a crunchy texture and a sweet, smoky flavor. They're good for grilling and for stuffing because they can get like 3 inches wide. Yeah, these guys can grow up to like 12 inches long, and the red color makes them high. Well, it shows that it's high in vitamin C. They say to start these guys about 8 to 10 weeks before the last frost. And moving along to the early jalapeno variety, these guys, believe it or not, are an heirloom. I would have thought they'd be a hybrid, but they're not. They're an heirloom, and it says that these guys are better adapted to colder climates like mine. I'm in zone 5A, and we don't have long summers, so these guys are going to be good for me. They're perfect for anything. We put them in everything. These guys, they can go in any meal because they're not that high in heat, and they're not that low in heat either. If you let them grow to be fully mature and red, these guys will be very spicy. The more spicy they get, and I think the sweeter they get. These guys originated in Mexico, and they were named by the Spanish. This variety here is the IE pineapple hot pepper. It originated in Peru, and it comes in at 20,000 Scoville units, which is about 3 or 4 times hotter than the jalapeno. We use this pepper in almost everything. Every morning in my hash browns, I make hash browns out of potatoes and onions. I put them in that. About 1 whole pepper, the seeds and all, they complete a whole meal. So we like spice. When they're ripe, they turn yellow and they have a pineapple-y taste. We grow so many of these. They're so prolific that they last for an almost full year in my freezer. And we use them every day. And this plant, I think we had maybe 4 plants, and it has lasted us all year. So they're small. They're about 2 to 3 inches long, and start them about 8 to 10 weeks before the last frost. These marigolds that I've started here, I have 2 pots of them. I was in the lineup for McDonald's, and I was in the drive-through, and we had stopped, waiting for the other cars to go ahead, and there was marigolds there. It was in the fall, so they had their seed heads on. So I got out of the car and I grabbed like a seed head, and I brought it home and saved it, and I grew the marigolds. So these are McDonald's marigolds. I love this sign that we got from the dollar store. It really shows like what I value from the garden and from homesteading. Love it. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys, and we will see you in the next one.